This is Roll20. A lot of you guys have asked how we play the game, how we do dice rolls, stuff like that, because you want to know how to do it yourself, or just because you're curious, whatever. Or maybe you just happen to find this on YouTube. Hi, this is how we play Mage the Awakening on Roll20. I'm going to show you how to create a game, how to set up some character sheets so you can use both this for Mage the Awakening. We can also use this for any of the new World of Darkness, also known as Chronicles of Darkness kind of content. Very simple, very straightforward. It's free to use it on Roll20. There are other options out there. I don't know them. So if you go and explore those, enjoy, use those. But if you're looking for something free, you want to, play the way we play, however, this is the way you do it. Please excuse the dog rustling the pillow in the background. So I am here at Roll20 at Roll20.net. You have to create an account, but it's free, so this doesn't cost you anything. There are paid accounts that give you some extra features. I'm not going to talk about those here because I don't use those for Roll20. They may come up in discussion, but for the most part, you don't need them. I've gone ahead and clicked on create a new game. That way you don't see the names and stuff like that of all the other Roll20 games that I'm in. So this is just as if you had said, hey, I want to do a new game. So we are here at Roll20. We're going to give it a name. We're just going to call this test game. You can call it whatever you want. You can give it some tags. And this is useful if you're going to basically put this out on Roll20's site and through the community. Drop down tools, and where is it? Games. There you go. There's a player directory and creating games and joining games that let you literally just put your game out and just have people apply to actually join your game. There's a built-in forum system, stuff like that. I'll show you that here in a minute. So that would help you label stuff. So of course, if you're really leaning into the horror side of Chronicles of Darkness, you could put in the horror tag here. If you're talking about something that's, super noir, intrigue, violent, whatever, throw the tags in there. And then you can click, I'm ready to create a game. Don't do that. It's a trap. Well, it's not really a trap, but we have some extra stuff. Specifically, we have the option to choose a built-in character sheet. You don't have to program something. You don't have to develop something. There already exists. So we can scroll through, and I'm just going to speedily scroll through here, but these are all the pre-built for free character sheets that are built into the game, including, we're going to scroll back here real quick, the D&D ones, guys. They're all in here, including D&D by Roll20, which is got some cool drag and drop features. So kind of slick. We're going to roll all the way down to, World of Darkness alphabet. Okay. So you'll notice storytelling system. That is the Chronicles of Darkness or the Onyx Path publishing kind of stuff. You will see that they have a lot. There is this Mage the Ascension, is Mage the Awakening, Mage the Awakening 2nd edition. I have used this. I wasn't super pleased with it. I might transition. I haven't looked at it in a bit, but we're not going to talk about that one because that's not the one we're currently running, right? The reason is I have somewhere in here. So what I'm using currently is Chronicles of Darkness by Roll20, New World of Darkness, because this supports all of them. So yeah, super slick. And you'll see why this is important, at least for Occultists Anonymous, because as you guys, hopefully you've seen at least a couple episodes, and therefore will know I like to cross over the other Splat stuff. Okay, so once we've got that selected, we can go say, hey, I'm ready to create a game. Cool, so hey, we're here at our game. If you want to invite people, you do have that option over here, different buttons, stuff like that. You can say, hey, what you're playing. This is, again, useful for the public game kind of stuff. You can say when you're scheduled, add a description. All that stuff is for if you're going to create a game that you're putting out there and saying, hey, come join my game, I'm going to run, and you don't have specific people you're looking for. For me, I don't use most of this because I've invited specific people. They know what the game is. They don't need it. You can add a little image file here so you can make it pretty. You can add in some other game add-ons, some pre-built stuff that's available on the like Roll20 marketplace or stuff you create. And then of course you have the recent game discussion. This is literally its built-in forums. It's really cool. But we'll talk about all that stuff some other time maybe, or you can check it out, whatever. We're gonna launch the game. No, I'm not speeding through anything. It's just loaded that quick. So really simple. Okay, so we have all this stuff over here. This is our chat log. You guys will probably recognize it from our videos. You will see here this little hidden little section. That's because if you're streaming, you can have it hidden when you log in. That's how you guys don't see the player link and therefore can join the Occultists Anonymous game, because I just don't cursor over that. At least I don't think I have. So you guys can see this one. Ooh, there it is. You can click that. You can send the link to somebody and they can join. Don't bother trying this link. I've already deleted this by the time you've seen the video. But this is where all our stuff is going to pop up when we roll dice. And that's this first tab up here in this top right. And then we have our art library where you have some free assets that are provided. And these are all just going to be tokens and stuff like that you can put on the map. There's also some maps and stuff like that that's built in there. Also, if you've bought anything or if you have the subscription, this is where one of those free, or one of the bonuses of paying for a sub, you can have some stuff in there. And of course, my library, this is all sorts of stuff. So hey, like, well, there's a very squished Mammon. Whoop, there he is. We'll talk about how to do all that stuff maybe another time. We'll see. And then this is where all the handouts go, and handouts are either going to be stuff that you as a storyteller or a DM or whoever have made and you want to make available to the players to be able to read notes and stuff like that. It's also where our character sheets go. Real quick, I'm going to mention there's a jukebox, so you can manage and create audio track playlist type stuff, and now you can actually upload your own audio, which is super cool. I haven't played with it too much because YouTube algorithm and getting flagged, and I don't want to fight that right now. And macros, which we will talk about. There's a very specific macro that I will actually copy over here in a moment that basically allows all the cool little rolling dice stuff that we've seen before. And then, of course, my settings. This is super important because I'm going to turn this off right now. Chat tech. Roll20 does have built-in webcam and mics and stuff like that. That's available right here. I'm not using it right now, so I'm going to go ahead and bloop. There we go. And you can't quite see it here, but just above my head, that's actually my logo, my image. And so that's there, and I'm going to just boop, names only. Okay, there we go. Of course, you know, whatever you guys want to do, yeah, and we'll also enable 3D dice just for the heck of it. So we can show that here. Actually, I'll show you what that looks like. So I can roll my dice. There they go. Woo! 3D dice. Yeah, it's a fun little thing. And then they'll stay there until I click. Okay. As for, and for those of you who already know how to use Roll20, sorry, I'm going to cover all the basics on this. So we're going to create a new character. But, okay, we've created a new character, basically. It does generate a random name, but we'll say burp. Hey, it's me. I'm going to put it in. Who can see this character? I'm going to say everybody can see it, but it can only be controlled by this guy, Lonrem. That's me. Now, of course, as a storyteller, you can always have full access because you're the GM, and so you have full access to everybody. You can add tags, which helps you when you're searching. So I could actually call this player. Actually, let's do it right. He's a PC. Cool. And then, of course, if you want to upload an avatar, that'll show up over here, or a specific token that'll pop up when you drop down. It's more for tactical miniature type combat. If you're not using that, you don't have to worry about that. And then there's a bio section that you can fill out. That's for players. Once they have control, they can fill that out themselves. And if you want to keep some sneaky GM notes for yourself, you can put that here. But we'll just use this for now. Whoop, we've saved it. If you want to get back to that, you just hit edit. Whoop, and you're back here. All right, cancel. Okay. So again, this is where that bio or GM notes section would show up. And here we are at the character sheet. Let me expand this guy out. Probably a little bit more than it needs to be, but whatever. There's a dice roller. We'll come back to that here in a second. You will see here we have our character name. We have their virtue. We have their vice. We have their age, faction, group name, concept, chronicle, player. So, this is my character's name, and this is me. So, technically be Drew, right? Okay. Stats, all this kind of stuff. Now, every mage or potential mage player going, wait a second, morality? What the heck is this crap? And also, if you're playing second edition, you're going, morality? What the crap is this? That's because we got to go over here to settings. We're actually playing currently the first edition Mortal Chronicles of Darkness character. We're not making that, are we? No, we're making a second edition Mage. And also now we have the cool book binding. If we were doing Vampire the Requiem, we would have the cool Bloodstain thing, and Demon the Descent, and Beast of Primordial, which came out kind of more recently. So those are all kind of built in. We have some also customized stuff. So defense traits, so if you have a merit, that might change some of that. If you have a large character because you're a giant, or you're a small character, small frame, from different merits. Stuff like that, that's available, that's here. We're not going to worry about that right now. That's just part of character creation, right? I'm not going to show you how to make a character. I'm just showing you how to use this sheet. Hey, look, now it says Mage the Awakening, and we talk about path, order, and legacy. Aha, this sounds more like us. Cool. All right, so scrolling down, we have our attributes. So we have intelligence, wisdom. You guys know those attributes. We have all our skills. These are all built in. Everybody always has that. You've got your merits. Everybody has that. Arcana. Aha. That's some stuff that we can use. We also have some spaces here. It's mostly overflow from merits. But this is if you were to do a werewolf, say, boop, boop, boop. Come back over here. Now you have all your gifts and rights, right? You have primal urge and harmony. But we'll come back over to our friends, the mage. And we have just extra space, effectively for merits. And we have wisdom and gnosis. And if we want to increase or decrease these, we literally just click. That's all that is. Now, if you need to completely get rid of something, there's a little X. You can't do that, of course, with gnosis and wisdom, because you have to have a minimum of 1 to be a playable character. If you drop to 0 wisdom, you're one of the wrapped. As of Signs of Sorcery, you are no longer the mad, you are the enraptured or wrapped. Same thing with willpower. Can't really mess with the dots, just kind of an irritation, because as mages, we occasionally get rid of our dots and sometimes get some back later. So that's there. Health, same thing. You have all the clicking. So that's kind of hard to see, I apologize. But yes, you can click for bashing, lethal, aggravated, and click it to reset it. Obviously, you would start over here and work your way to the right. Same thing with all our different skills. Mark those as necessary. Have built-in places to put weapons and armor and say whether or not it's currently equipped, which will change things over here. So if we have some generic magic. Watch me as I fail the type. With, it's 2 general armor and 3, bulletproof, right? And it has a requirement of 2 strength. And if I don't meet that requirement, it will affect stuff appropriately. And it gives a bonus to, say 5 defense and lowers our speed by 1. Cool. And of course, because I don't have a lot of this stuff filled out, there we go. So, speed 2. Oh, you know what? Speed doesn't actually get affected by... Oh, wait. That's right. I'm over here trying to see why this stuff isn't affecting anything. Click, I equip it. Now the speed has gone down and defense has gone up, just like we put here. And then we can give it some more descriptive stuff, right? We have our experience, so you can track that. We also have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beats. Oh, I got 5 beats. Okay, so I go 1 XP, and then I remove those. Simple, easy, right? You will see that we are missing arcane beats. Yep. And it's just the limit of the fact that we're using this whole kind of catch-all character sheet, which I will bring up real quick. If you are literally only playing Mage, there might be a better character sheet. That other one that we talked about earlier, that's Mage the Awakening 2E, that might be better, but because I'm using the other stuff, so when I made a character sheet for our friend Logan, I was able to come in here, click Werewolf, and I was able to create his character sheet. So that is some of the stuff that I am giving up using this particular sheet. It's not 100% focused on Mage, right? So this is what I am giving up. There are other ones that probably will work very, very similarly, but not exactly, right? So your mileage may vary, kind of thing. All right, so let's actually take a look real quick at dice rolling. So let us say that we're going to go research some stuff. So we've got 3 intelligence and 3 academics, and you will see, I clicked on those, they turned blue, and now it says intelligence plus academics. And I'm just a normal roll, so I click, ask me, hey, do you have any modifiers? I say, yes, I have a supercomputer. And I roll all the 3D dice in the background, and I have, you'll see it's actually still throwing dice back there. I'm going to turn that 3D dice off in a second, but you can see down here, hey, you guys recognize this, and it's normal size instead of blown up like it does when I play, because, if you pop it out, it's probably, whoop, I popped it out, you can't see it now. But now it's all stretched out. But, of course, if I close it back up, whoop, by the way, to pop it out, you double-click the little thingy here. But you will see here, hey, we've got our stuff. And now, this is the thing you may see me complain about occasionally on the game, where I can't see what dice you rolled. This, when you cursor over it, that top section is that formula, and then you get the equal sign, and then it tells you what it actually rolled. So you can see there, it rolled actually really, really pretty well. 9, 8, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 3, 10. That was our, that was right there. That's our 6 dice, right? But then, it's a 10. So we're going to re-roll that, and that got us a 6. That's not any good for us, but that's still our 4 successes. We are on our way towards researching something. Of course, if I was like, I don't want to do academics, I want to roll intelligence and death. I don't know why you would necessarily roll that. That's not a normal thing, but we could uncheck intelligence and click Gnosis. Gnosis plus death. Now we're rolling a spell. Kind of, because now we're having to work out all the bonuses of potency and yantras and all that kind of stuff, and that's kind of irritating. So that's why I created the spell template. We'll come to that here in a second. We'll finish talking about this. Health, willpower, all our different bonuses here. We have our initiative based off of the stats we threw in there. Page 2. This is super blank because this is a place to create some pre-built rolls. Originally, I used this to be a place for everybody to put down their praxis and rotes because they're kind of pre-generated. Realize it doesn't actually work too well because, again, we're playing with different potency and duration and scale and all that kind of stuff that is going to end up affecting various modifiers, which when we click to roll, it does give us a place to do the modifiers, but then we have to do it all in our head. Said, never mind, and we went with a template. But what this basically does, say you create a name, so I don't know. Call it Piercing the Mask. I don't know, I just came up with that off the top of my head. It's totally from Masks. I enjoy that game. It's on page 30. And so now I know, okay, cool. And so we're going to use, dexterity, which is, what did we say, 3. And empathy. I'm completely just making crap up. I'm just showing you how this works too. And then also we get to add our gnosis to it because why not? And that's a 1 because we're new. And so now this is all built out. And what it's actually looking for are these numbers here, 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll say we gave it a +1 bonus. I'm going to roll that with our 3D dice in the background. And now you see up here, line arm rolls Piercing the Mask. It doesn't give us any more description, which we can put in here. That's just for our reference, or anybody can open it and see that. Actually, not anybody. Whoever has control over the character sheet can see that, and the storyteller can see that. So the other players, if you're wanting to do sneaky stuff, will not be able to see that. This is all just you. The only thing that if you said, hey, this is in somebody else's journal, all they can see is this front section, bio and info. Anyways, see down here, yep, there's our 3 dex and our 2 empathy and our 1 gnosis and that 1 modifier it gave, and that's a songbird roll, and that's a 6, 7 dice, and we got 1 success. Whoops. Okay. And so you can create a bunch of these, and you can shrink the description around, and I can click modify to resort the order. And of course, it just deleted them all real quick because they're all blank. But I can add stuff there. Hey, now it'll actually stay. Now I can resort, and I want this one up top. There we go. There we go. I want yup up top and then piercing the mask. Whatever. And so that's one column of stuff. And then the other side over here, it's the same thing, just a different column. Cool. Page 3. This is where we ended up putting arcane beats and stuff like that. Also, page 1 did have a place for specializations and conditions for normal people, but apparently mages don't have conditions, so we don't have it over there. So page 3 is where we moved our conditions into flaws, derangements, which you really don't have in the 2nd edition Chronicles of Darkness. So that's where that stuff goes. Allies, if you have that merit. Mentor, if you have that merit. All of these different things, if you have the appropriate merits, good place to put them and describe them. But if you don't, you just, use them for other stuff. Or if you're a real stickler and you're like, that says flaws and I don't have flaws and I might get confused, or my player might get confused and forget where stuff is, that's cool. We scroll all the way to the bottom. Also, you will see Nimbus, Paradox marks, spells, active spells. So we do have our mage stuff here. Enchanted item familiars, thralls. You're not stealing people's souls and making them thralls, are you? Anyways, so I could come in here and I could add conditions. And see, there we go. Now I have a condition section that I can fill out, and of course I can modify it. I can move it around amongst other things down at the bottom, but not up there. Kind of irritating, but that's fine. And so that's done. And that's how you build out Roll20, and that's how you have a character sheet. Okay, so that's the basics of how to use Roll20, use the character sheet. I'll show some other features here for more storytellers, but if you're just a player and you're like, hey, I want to join in and jump in, but I don't want to be a complete noob, that's the basics. I do have some stuff that I've made. I've got the spell template and the spell rolling dice just to make it quick and easy. And that is macros, and I'll show you macros here in a second. Those are going to be posted on Patreon. Just immediately, everybody has access to it, so you can go find it there on our Patreon, patreon.com/occultistanonymous. Link is down below. Yeah, so you can find that on our Patreon, and that'll be available to just everybody. It's just going to be linked there because that's kind of our homepage for now. So we're going to go over here to macros. We're going to leave. Well, hang on. Let's real quick, because we're going to be rolling a bunch of dice. Let's turn off 3D dice. Okay. So we're over here in macros, and this stuff is super easy, super slick, and for the most part, the best way, because I'm not going to try to teach you guys macros in this video, but there's a wiki for Roll20. You can read stuff. Most of the stuff is super simple, but you can get into some more complex stuff. None of it is completely overbearing, and the community there is pretty good. There's forums that you can go ask questions like, I want to do this thing, how? And they can probably help you out. So we're going to add a macro. We're going to call it, we'll just call this, we'll call it spell template. Yay! And we'll just call that, right? So I'm going to test that macro. Hey, look, it rolled a 1d20. That's it. That's literally creating a macro. Hey, let's save that. And now we can come down here and hashtag, and there's our spell template. And we're just going to spell template, and it's going to roll a 1d20. That's it. Congratulations, you've made a macro. Okay. So I'm back. Of course, you didn't even notice I was gone. What I've done is I've copied over my macros into the game now. And so I will open it, show you it. So calculated dice pool, roll a d10, and you're looking for stuff that's greater than 8. So, bloop, whoops, wrong button. I click the thing, it'll ask me, okay, what's your calculated dice pool? Well, we'll just say 8. Boom. There you go, 2 successes. And I just rolled everything out nice and neat. And that's all you need in Mage. Right now, if you have the 9 again, 8 again, that's going to be some extra stuff that I haven't quite built out, but I might actually see about doing some branching, like if this, then that kind of macro stuff. If you can, I don't know. But this will basically allow you to see all the dice sprayed out. I can see, oh, there's that 10, so it re-rolled. Oh, I have 9 again, but I've got this 9. All right, so I'm just going to, real quick, just go 1d10. I got a 3. Okay, so it didn't matter. Then we have our spell template, which is the thing I'm proud of. Look at this thing. It's ridiculous. It's actually not that ridiculous. It's actually pretty easy to go through. You can see here I've just created names of stuff, and that this template basically creates a little box. Then it asks a bunch of questions. So we'll close that. We'll actually roll it. And so how much reach do you need to cast this spell? Well, I need instant and sensory range and advanced duration. Okay, so 3. How much free reach? Well, it's a 1-dot spell and it's a rote, so I have 5 free reach. What's my gnosis? I'm a newbie character, so I only have the 1 gnosis. Primary arcana. Well, it's just 3 dots. Penalties to potency. Nah, I don't need any. I do need to increase the duration, so we're going to take a -2. Increasing scale. Yeah, I want to hit both those guys, so I'm going to take a -2 instead of increasing reach. And then bonus from yantras. High speech for 2 and shadow name for another 2, so 4. Any other bonuses? Well, yeah, I'm going to put willpower into it. 3. Behold, our handy little the template. And so here I can see I need 3 reach and I have 5 free, so we're good there. Gnosis and Arcana, that's 4, -2 from duration, so we're down to 2, -2 for scale, so we're at 0. Yantra bonus bumps us back up to 4, and 7, so I've got 7, so I can come over here and hit spell roll and say I have 7 dice. Boom, 3 successes. If that was a praxis, that was an exceptional success. But no, I said it was a rote, so no, it's just regular success. And so that's how when we're futzing with stuff and clicking through stuff, that's literally what the players and sometimes myself are doing when we're casting spells. None of this has any intelligence or brains behind it. It's all just a handy tool for ourselves. But being able to do some basic arithmetic when it's all lined up like that is pretty simple. You do have to watch out because if you've got these penalties, -4 and yantra bonus of 4, okay, so that brings out even. But if I had a yantra bonus of 7, could I actually use that? Answer, yes, because after dealing with these negatives, that 7 -4 becomes 3, we're still under the 5 maximum for yantra bonus. Also, other bonuses, if you're thinking about it, we've got willpower, and we've also got extended ritual duration, stuff like that. So cool. And that is how we play. That's how we play Mage the Awakening on Roll20. There's some really kind of quick basic stuff to show you. I hope it was informative. If you have more questions, come swing by the Discord, ask away. There's a number of us who have used this. Both obviously the players have all done it. Several of the players have also DM'd games through Roll20, so they have some stuff. And of course, I'll be there, so I happily answer some questions too. So for now, guys, that's it. That's Mage the Awakening, Occultist Anonymous style on Roll20. We'll catch you later. Bye.